Good morning and a very warm welcome. You're watching the Breakfast Rundown on TV1. I'm Therunee Karunaratne. We're coming to you live and direct from our Newsfirst studios here in Colombo. Well, our top story this morning concerns a triple murder that took place in Gaza. We have details on this story as well as a fire that broke out at the Colombo Port last night, causing significant damage. As for news overseas, we have the latest developments concerning yesterday's fatal aircraft crash in the United States, as well as the hostage release of Israelis and Palestinians in the Middle East. You can stay tuned with us for the news in detail. Let's move on to the top local news item for this morning. Two unidentified individuals arrived on a motorcycle at an abandoned inn in Mahabodhivatta, which belongs to the Hiniduma police jurisdiction in Gaza, and shot the owner of the inn along with two other individuals before fleeing the scene. The police said that all three victims of the shooting died at the scene itself. The deceased inn owner was a 55-year-old resident of Mahabodhivatta, Panangala, while the other victims were residents of Hiniduma and Ambalangoda. The motive of the shooting remains unclear, and the Hiniduma police have launched further investigations to apprehend the suspects. Meanwhile, a fire broke out last night in a container near the Bandaranaike quay at the Colombo Port. The police said that the fire caused severe damage to the goods inside the container. It contained hazardous materials and the fire erupted while they were being transported for clearance. While the Port Fire Brigade managed to extinguish the fire, the cause for it still remains unknown. Further investigations into the incident are also underway. Let's move on to another port-related news item this morning. Sri Lanka Customs has announced the commencement of a 4-day operation to clear containers accumulated at the Colombo Port. Now, this operation, which began yesterday, is set to continue until the 2nd of February. A full team of officials has been deployed to facilitate the clearance of the containers at the port under this new initiative. Sri Lanka Customs has requested full cooperation from all relevant parties to support this operation. And in more local news, a special discussion on arranging job opportunities in Japan for Sri Lankans was held in Colombo under the leadership of Minister of Foreign Affairs, Foreign Employment and Tourism, Vijitha Herath. Now, the meeting was also attended by Kanamori Hitoshi, chairman of IM Japan, along with other representatives. Minister Vijitha Herath called for an increase in the recruitment of skilled workers for job opportunities that are available in Japan. Now, he emphasized that in the future, training Sri Lanka's workforce for jobs in Japan and other countries would be made more efficient through support from relevant ministries and government vocational training institutions. The Sri Lanka Bureau of Foreign Employment will also play an active role alongside the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Foreign Employment and Tourism in these efforts. Now, during the discussion, the chairman of IM Japan highlighted that under the recruitment system in Japan, there are numerous job opportunities in the caregiving as well as construction sectors, and that more opportunities will be provided to Sri Lankan workers in the future. Meanwhile, the new engineering faculty complex of the University of Sri Jayawardhanapura, which is currently under construction in Mattegoda, was inspected by Prime Minister Dr. Harini Amarasuriya. During the Prime Minister's visit, discussions were held with the relevant officials regarding the acceleration of construction activities. The Prime Minister also engaged in talks about addressing the shortage of faculty members within the state university system and emphasized the need for prompt solutions to this issue. Furthermore, she also stressed the importance of directing more attention towards research activities in university level. The Ministry of Justice and National Integration has decided to launch a new initiative to expedite the resolution of land disputes. Minister of Justice Attorney at Law Harshananane Akkara said that over 33,000 land cases are currently pending in district courts across the island, and this represents 13% of the number of cases in district courts. The minister also mentioned that a committee will be appointed involving multiple parties to study and address this issue. On to more local news now. The Maranda Rice Mill Owners Association says that starting today, a white raw rice as well as nadu rice will be released to the market at government-imposed controlled prices. Its chairman BK Ranjit says that by now, paddy stocks from 3 districts are being received by them. He added that they also have been able to recommence their production activities due to receiving these rice stocks from the 3 districts. He went on to note that by next week, it will be possible for the Maranda Rice Mill Owners Association to release stocks of Kiri Samba as well as red raw rice to the market once again. Let's move on to our weather update for this morning. The Met Department says that showers or thunder showers will occur at times in the Uva province and in the Batiklo, Ampara, Mathale, Nuwara Eliya and Hambantota districts. Several spells of showers will occur in the northern and north central provinces and in the Trincomalee district. Showers or thunder showers will occur at several places in the western and Sabaragamu provinces and in the Gaul and Mathura as well as Kandy districts during the evening or night. Misty conditions can be expected at some places in the western, Sabaragamu, central and southern provinces during the morning hours as well. The general public is requested to take adequate precautions to minimize damages caused by temporary localized strong winds and lightning during thunder showers. Let's move on to the marine weather update right away. Showers or thunder showers will occur at several places in the sea areas of the coasts extending from Trincomalee to Gaul via Batiklo and Hambantota. Showers or thunder showers may occur at a few places in the other sea areas around the island during the evening or night. The sea areas of the coast extending from Nigambo to Kankasanture via Putlam and Mana and from Gaul to Potuville via Hambantota will be fairly rough at times. Temporarily strong gusty winds and very rough seas can be expected during thunder showers. Let's move on to news overseas for this morning. Our first international news item concerns the fatal crash between an airplane and a military helicopter in the United States. That was, of course, reported yesterday. The National Transportation Safety Board, or NTSB, of the US says that they are investigating multiple factors as they look for a cause for a fatal crash between a commercial airplane and a military helicopter in Washington, D.C. A preliminary report will be issued within 30 days, with NTSB officials saying that they have a lot of information, but they need more time to verify that. Officials have recovered the flight's black boxes, which could offer clues about what exactly went wrong and caused this accident. President Donald Trump earlier offered his condolences, saying that his heart was shattered by the incident on Wednesday night. No one is believed to have survived. According to officials, 64 people on the American Airlines flight and 3 on the helicopter at the time of the crash. Trump blamed diversity rules under his predecessors, saying he believes people hired for air traffic control roles were not always qualified. However, he offered no evidence to prove his claim. In an audio clip, air traffic controllers can be heard asking the helicopter's crew if they can see the plane. U.S. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth said a mistake was made and it appeared to be some sort of elevation issue.
American 3130, go around, turn left end 250, climb maintain 3000.
Okay, left end 350, 3000, American 3130.
Lucy 5347, go around, climb maintain 3000, flight
3000, heading go around 3000, Blue Streak 5347.
Blackjack 3, can you return to base? What? Blackjack 3, proceed directly to Glebe. I need you to land. I need you to land immediately. Can you go to Dulles for a few minutes? Officer 7, proceed due westbound, contact Dulles Tower 120.1. Muscle 13.
Shifting attention to the Middle East now, 8 more hostages held by Hamas in Gaza have been released amid chaotic scenes as part of the ceasefire deal with Israel. The 3 Israelis and 5 Thai nationals were handed over to the Red Cross by Hamas before being transferred to Israeli forces and taken to Israel. A total of 110 Palestinians were later released by Israeli prisons, including 32 with life sentences and 30 with minor sentences. Israel delayed their release in response to the way the hostages were treated as they were handed over. Thursday's releases mean 15 hostages have been freed since the ceasefire came into effect on the 19th of January. 82 are still being held. 251 people were taken captive when Hamas attacked Israel on the 7th of October 2023, killing about 1,200 people. The attack triggered a war which has devastated Gaza by now. Israel's 15-month military offensive killed 47,460 Palestinians in the territory, and this is as per data released by Gaza's health ministry. Before Thursday, 290 Palestinian prisoners, ranging from those serving long sentences for bombings and other attacks to teenagers held without charge, had been released under the ceasefire. Most have returned to occupied West Bank, East Jerusalem and Gaza, while about 70 of the most serious offenders have been deported. Well, that's a wrap of today's edition of the Breakfast Rundown on TV1. I'm Therunee Karunaratne. Today marks the start of a weekend, of course, so I'll see you once again on Monday, the 3rd of February 2025. Do join us once again at 7 a.m. on that day. Until then, take care, have a wonderful day and weekend ahead.